worked on big machines, packing oranges till the sun went down, and chasing those honeybees. And I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. Mama tells me that we were born at home there 'neath the orange trees. We all wait in vegetable scale. It's a story that most don't believe. And I remember everything, and I know that it makes me. 'Cause I remember everything, and I know that it makes me.
My phone goes up again.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Good morning, Jammers. Welcome to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show. I am your host, Brad Brock. It's a beautiful day here on the Treasure Coast of Florida, where we are located, broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. And but it's not going to stay this way. Nope. We got a cold front pushing through, or a cool front. I don't know how cold it's going to get necessarily, but it's pushing through, which always means right before it, we're going to have some weather. So looking towards this afternoon, there's going to be a slight chance of showers here on the Treasure Coast and in the Palm Beaches, but it's going to be very humid and warm this Friday with temperatures in the low 80s. Temperatures could get closer to the mid-80s on Saturday. Showers and a few storms are likely in the afternoon Saturday, with another round at night as the front arrives. But that's when everything changes. Yeah, that front is going to clear very early on the in the early hours of Sunday. So there may still be a little bit of a cloudy sky in the morning, but sunshine by Sunday afternoon for sure. Temperatures will dip into the mid and upper 50s on Sunday morning. Nice and chilly. The afternoon will be much cooler, with the highs in the low and mid 70s for Sunday's highs in the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Temperatures will tumble even more to the chilly low 50s and even 40s in the Treasure Coast by Monday morning. Highs on Monday are going to be in the 60s on the Treasure Coast and the lower 70s across the Palm Beaches. And then the forecast has the low 80s returning by midweek next week. So enjoy this little snap that we're going to have rolling through. We'll pretend once again that it's winter. How lovely. How lovely. Hope everybody enjoyed their Thursday. Hope it was healthy and prosperous for all of you. But we are here. It is Friday. TGIF. Awesome. Yep. Ready for the weekend. Of course, that means for us here in the JNC world, we're going to work. We're going to work this weekend at Arts Fest. It looks like on Saturday we'll be dodging raindrops while simultaneously putting on our sweaters for Sunday. But that's right, Arts Fest in downtown Stuart at Gazebo Park. It's going on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5 each day. And the JNC Destruction Crew and myself are the official entertainment hosts. I know I've been going on and on about this. Aren't you all going to be happy when this event is finally over? Get back to your normal lives. And one less shameless plug for me each and every day until the next event. It's truly going to be a great time. We're very excited. We were asked to host this event. We always enjoy time to get to hang out even a little bit with some of our fellow entertainers around town. And it's an honor to be able to introduce them on stage for their set. So come out and hang out with us. It's $5 to get in. And if you're 18 and under, it's free. So there's lots to do, great food, great music all weekend long. The chopped competition between some of the area's best chefs, local chefs. And, of course, wonderful art to put your eyes on and support some local artists around town here as well. So Arts Fest, don't miss it. It'll be a good time. Paul from the Drums and Rums tuning in. Said he's going to Miami this weekend. I believe it's the Rum Congress that's going on down there this weekend. And it's going to be cold, Paul. It's going to be cold down there. Yeah, Paul said, yeah, go to the event and post pics with your favorite member of the Destruction Crew. We all know it's going to be Jordy. Sorry, Derek and Ellie. Everybody loves Jordan. I love her. Going to marry that girl. Everybody loves Jordan. Get your picture taken with Jordan. I'll bring a step stool so that you can actually look like you're the same height as her. You're vertically challenged as I am myself. All right, you guys. We have just a few national days. I feel like this first one here is just kind of picklebacking off of yesterday's lox and bagels, or because it's National Cream Cheese Brownie Day. National Cream Cheese Brownie. This, by the way, I'm just going to throw this photo up so you can see it. Don't these look divine? If you're watching the show on YouTube or Facebook, you can see the photo here. If you're listening on Shore Life Radio or JNC Radio, you can just close your eyes and imagine. Unless, of course, you're driving. I don't recommend closing your eyes. That could be bad. So don't do that. Just imagine in your mind these delicious cream cheese brownies. I may actually have to make these today because they look absolutely amazing. Let's talk about it. On February 10th, National Cream Cheese Brownie Day shines a spotlight on an irresistible dessert bar. Combining chocolate and cream cheese has long been a favorite in the bakery. And when it's added to a brownie recipe, the results are chef's kiss. Spectacular. Brownie, of course, has been around since the 1800s, but was first documented in the 1906 cookbook, the Boston Cooking School Cookbook. There are hundreds of cream cheese brownie recipes. However, we also enjoy them cut up into parfaits or mixed into ice cream, because, why not? Add a dollop of whipped cream, berries, or sprinkles of nuts and fruit, and they become a decadent dessert in their own right. So, Adding cream to the batter once it's poured into the pan and swirling it around with a knife gives the finished product an elegant look. It even suggests a celebration when you look at it. No matter how you enjoy cream cheese brownies, we're sure that you'll find one that you like. Delicioso. What else do we got going on today? Oh, here's a grown-up one for you. One for all you grown-ups out there. February 10th is National Home Warranty Day. We've been trying to reach you about your home warranty. It reminds us to protect the vital appliances and components of our homes. Our homes, of course, are filled with complex appliances, technology, and other components that can, over time, wear out. At any given time, one or more of our appliances can break down, and that's never good. No. When the washing machine breaks down, not only is it inconvenient, but it can be expensive. Often another item is not far behind. Will it be the water heater next? Or just in time for summer? Will it be the air conditioning? Each repair adds up. The home warranty, unlike homeowners insurance, covers repairs or replacement of these items that break down due to normal wear and tear. Consider how many appliances and systems in our homes require these days. And protect your investments, of course. As mentioned, your washer, dryer, refrigerator, air conditioning systems, stove, water heater, garage door openers. Oh, my God. The list goes on. So there you go. A home warranty. Unless you're renting, in which case you hope that your landlord has a home warranty for some of these devices. Get out there and protect yourself. And speaking of protecting yourself, and you might actually need this over the weekend, it's National Umbrella Day. Cast a little shade on February 10th. The day honors one of the most useful inventions of all time, of course, the umbrella. And not only does the umbrella keep us dry from the rain, but it also protects us from the heat of the sun. You can also use an umbrella as a fashion accessory. Well, the umbrella is primarily practical. You can also decorate cocktails. We know that very well here in Florida, don't we, Paul? Lots of umbrella drinks. The brightly colored little paper umbrellas make fun party favors. Umbrellas have also found their way into the art world. Their color and shape make art silhouettes. They also serve as canvas for art. In movies, umbrellas play a role, too. For example, they played vital parts in Singin' in the Rain back in 1952. And, of course, how could we forget Mary Poppins back in 1964? While you're trying to figure out where you left your umbrella, here's a little tidbit. The word umbrella comes from the Latin word umbra, meaning shade or shadow. Umbrale is a slang word for an umbrella, often used in Britain, New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa. Bumbershoot is a fanciful Americanism for an umbrella from the late 19th century. Oh, I've got to get my bumbershoot. Basic umbrella was invented over 4,000 years ago. There's evidence of umbrellas in the ancient art and artifacts of Egypt, Syria, Greece, and even China. We probably credit the Chinese for being the first to protect us from the rain. Their paper parasols received a layer of wax followed by lacquer that made the umbrella withstand the elements. Well, there you go. Another way, and in fact, I'm even using one right now just above me, a key light here. Photographers use umbrellas with a reflective inside as a diffusion device when employing artificial lighting and as a glare shield and shade, most often in portrait situations. And that's how we get this wonderful lighting in our studios, by using umbrellas. It's wonderful. Just simply marvelous. Paul's giving me some trivia in the chats on YouTube. He said blown out umbrellas. What drink is that for? Of course, Paul. It's for the tropical depression, right? The really bad rum, tropical depression. Let me know if I'm wrong. I think I'm right, though. And those are your national days because every day we believe is a day to celebrate. And if we can help you out with some ideas, it's certainly in our wheelhouse to do so. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick musical interlude. When we return, we're going to get into the news, all kinds of fun stuff. We've even got some local news here on the Treasure Coast. Some of my most exciting stories to cover. Always hoping that I either know the person or it's me. In fact, neither one of these is true for this particular instance, but that's okay. That's okay. Here's one from Sierra Lane. This is Little Things. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. We'll be right back. We're back with Jams and Coffee in the Morning. That was a live look. Downtown Stewart, the roundabout in downtown Stewart, if you're watching the show. It was a beautiful day. It's looking nice. It's a nice day to be outside, at least until, of course, the rain comes, which is it's supposed to. So we'll see what goes on. As mentioned, first news story here. And I try to not be jealous. I don't want to be jealous. In fact, I think it's wonderful that people are winning. So here, I don't know if this is all over the place, but here in Florida, We have a scratch-off game called the 500 times the cash scratch-off. Right? So people are winning on this ticket. Now, the only drawback to this particular scratch-off is it costs $50. $50 for a chance to win. One lucky Port St. Lucie man. He did just that. That's right. A Port St. Lucie man just cashed in and claimed a huge prize. Water officials announced yesterday that Darren Thorpe, Port St. Lucie, claimed a $1 million prize from the 500 times the cash scratch-off game. Unbelievable. He chose, of course, and as anyone probably would, to receive his winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $820,000. Thorpe purchased his winning ticket from a Circle K convenience store located on Port St. Lucie Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. I know it well. Used to go there all the time when I lived closer to that area. Could have been the one. Wasn't the one. Lottery officials said the retailer will also receive a $2,000 bonus for selling the scratch-off ticket. Could you guys imagine? That's a hell of a windfall. I mean, you know, we could all dream about winning the Powerball, the $700 million. Oh my God, what would you do? Where would you start with that kind of dough? I mean, I have a pretty good idea. But after you get everything that you've ever wanted, I suppose, now you're left with making big grown-up decisions to do with the rest of that money. How do you invest it? What charity do you give to? Do you put some money in those hands that'll be out there? Family and friends and strangers that believe they're friends now. I feel like that's a big responsibility. $800,000? $800,000 I think I could manage. I think that would get me back to zero and then have some to put in a little nest egg. Do a little investing. Not enough for me to say I'm never going to work again. Still got to go. Put in the time. Punch in the clock. But it would be nice to just have, that little nest egg sitting there just being like, I'm going to work. I'm going to keep making money, but I'm not going to be worried. At least for a while. I'll take $800,000. Congratulations, Darren, Port St. Lucie. Well done. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I kind of want to, just invest, I guess, to quote unquote invest that $50 just to see. At the same time, I have a hard time parting with $50 for a chance to win. Save that stuff for Vegas. The odds are better. Oh, but I do play the Fantasy 5, and I've had a pretty good streak of winning free tickets lately. That's getting at least 2 numbers right. That streak came to an end today. Did not win last night's drawing. Back to the drawing board, if you will. But again, congratulations, Darren. I hold no animosity. I hope that it's me one day. But I guess you have to play to win. I'm not out there playing that $50 jam. But good luck to any of you that are. And let me know if you've got any stories. I know that, we hear about the $1 million wins, but I'm sure that there's other great prizes that are won on these tickets as well. I would love to hear about it. You can throw that in the chats and comments if you wish. All right. Moving right along. We got some sports news. And I love this kid. Patrick Mahomes. He just won his second career MVP award from the NFL. Deservedly. He's a good kid. He's a very good quarterback. And he's got a huge career ahead of him. Here's the story. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has won his second career NFL MVP award. Mahomes nearly won the award unanimously, garnering 48 of the 50 votes. That's awesome. The other finalists were a trio of quarterbacks, Philadelphia Eagles' Jalen Hurts, the Bengals' Joe Burrow, and the Buffalo Bills' Josh Allen. and Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson, the Associated Press Offensive Player of the Year. Mahomes led the Chiefs to a 14-3 regular season record. He completed 67.1% of his passes and posted NFL high marks with 5,250 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 77.6 ESPN QBR. It was a remarkable season for Mahomes, considering he lost number one wideout Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins, over a trade in the offseason. He was tasked with working with nearly an entirely new wideout crew that included Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Kadarius Toney. Transition was easy for Mahomes, in part because he still had tight end Travis Kelce, who was playing against his brother in the Super Bowl. It was by far the most productive player in his position in 2022, with 110 catches, 1,338 yards, 12 touchdowns. Not too shabby there, Kelce. Still, the 2018 NFL MVP was stellar once again en route to leading the Chiefs to their fifth straight season of 12 or more wins under his leadership. Kansas City has gone 64-16 in his starts and won the AFC West in all 5 of his seasons as the starter. Mahomes also won the Super Bowl MVP award back in February 2020 after leading the Chiefs to a comeback victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Mahomes' magic has been a mainstay in the NFL ever since he took over as Kansas City's starter. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler who's thrown for 192 touchdowns against just 49 interceptions and averaged 303 passing yards per game for his career. And he now adds a well-deserved honor to his mantle. He'll be looking for a second Lombardi trophy when his Chiefs play the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. And, of course, the Super Bowl. Big game coming up this weekend. Congratulations, Mahomes. Good kid. And now from some happy news to some sad news in the entertainment world. Burt Bacharach, writer of such classic pop hits as Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, has passed away. Acclaimed composer and songwriter behind dozens of mellow pop hits from the 50s to the 80s. He has passed away, according to a member of his family. He was 94 years old. A major figure in the 20th century pop music scene, Bacharach scored major hits in a variety of genres, from top 40 to country to rhythm and blues and film scores. He wrote hit songs for a wide range of artists, including Dusty Springfield, Dionne Warwick, Tom Jones, Neil Diamond, The Carpenters, and Christopher Cross, just to name a few. Sail on, Burt Bacharach, and thanks for the music. 94, that's solid, as far as I'm concerned. Not a shabby amount of time. Good for him. All right, next up. And this is an interesting story, and maybe I'll get some of your feedback in the chats and comments, or you can email me at jamsandcocktails@gmail.com if you're listening to the show. Certainly not when you're driving. But I'd just like your feedback on this, because this is just another artist on the list of people that don't want cell phones out during their concerts. Ellie Goulding. She's taken a stand against people taking out their phones during her concerts by asking them to live in the moment. She made the request at a recent concert in London's Coco venue, according to The Sun. She opened by remarking on how she watched old videos of her performing before crowds before smartphones really took off and felt the atmosphere was better because there was an absence of technology. She recalled everyone is just living in the moment and feeling free. And because of that observation, she asked fans to take their phones and put them in your pockets. She then noticed a fan in the crowd was not listening to her request because they were still talking on the phone. So she repeated herself. I appreciate you're on FaceTime, but say goodbye. She called out before telling the fan, I love you and thank you for watching. Performance served as Ellie's live debut of her new album, Higher Than Heaven. While she sang some of her new songs, a special moment came when she threw it back to 2016 with Still Falling for You. Couple had gotten engaged during the performance, and Ellie reportedly came close to tears while watching it unfold. It's nice. Yeah, she seems a lot nicer about it than other artists I can think of. Peter Frampton comes to mind, where he reached into the audience of someone filming on their phones. He took the phone from them and threw it into the rafters of the venue. And this is, many other artists will have taken phones from audience members and tossed them into oblivion. I personally, I understand the whole idea of not wanting people, filming. And the filming is much more accessible these days. Now, Peter Frampton has been notorious for this, but I saw him on his final tour, and he explained that if you wanted to film him playing the big hit songs, that was okay for him. It was when he was presenting new music, perhaps music that we might not know, that he wanted you to pay attention. He wanted us to pay attention and get to know the songs, like introducing him to a new friend. And I guess he didn't appreciate, people on the phones or having, the phone in his face, or seeing people out there in the audience typing on their phone. But he's notoriously nasty about it. But what do you guys think? When you go to concerts, I know that when I go to a concert, I don't look at my phone at all. I don't take photos. I try to live in the moment. I enjoy the music. I like seeing what the band is doing on stage or the artist. Jordan, on the other hand, Jordan's out live streaming the entire time. So we're a wonderful balance, because then I can just look at her live streams if there's a moment I want to relive. But yeah. Now I will, if I see something cool that I want to reflect on for my own shows, I'll maybe take a couple photos, lighting, stage setup, things like that. But yeah, I when I go to concerts, I really just like to be there and be in it. And not just take on the entire atmosphere, the people, the audience, the energy is palpable. And I feel like, being on the phone kind of ruins it. Paul brings up a good point in the chats. He says, no one lives in the moment anymore. He says, so I get it. Yeah. I gotta live in the moment, folks. Gotta be there. He said, if you want to sit on your phone and not have the artist shun you, then sit up in the nosebleeds. Yeah, I can't imagine. Now I get it. If you're not a full-time front row ticket holder, maybe you want to document the experience. But to sit there the entire concert and run FaceTime or Instagram Live or whatever they're calling it these days, seems distracting at best. Well, let me know what you guys think. I always love your feedback and wonderful discussion. But, Ellie Goulding jumping on the no phones bandwagon. Yeah, Paul said, kids, your parents didn't have phones and went to concerts. It was fine. They survived. It's true. All right, next up in our stories, Elton John. He's overjoyed to be returning as host of the annual Academy Awards viewing party. That's right. He's happy to be back after missing out on last year's festivities. The singer unveiled plans for the 31st annual Elton John's AIDS Foundation Academy Awards viewing party, announcing he will return as host alongside his husband, David Furnish. Actors Eric McCormick and Michaela J. Rodriguez will serve as this year's special guests, while British singer Rina Sawayama has been tapped to perform. Elton and Rena previously teamed for the song Chosen Family, which was featured on his compilation album, The Lockdown Series. I feel like every artist in the world had a lockdown session. More celebrity guests will be announced in the weeks ahead. He said in a statement, I am overjoyed to be reuniting with old and new friends on one of my favorite nights of the year, especially after missing last year's viewing party due to an unfortunate clash of schedules with my farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. Last year marked the first time Sir Elton was unable to attend his own viewing party. You know you're a busy guy when you can't make it to your own party. Elton's statement continued, as always, I'm so appreciative of every attendee, donor, and sponsor who continues to support the Foundation's work across the globe in the fight to end AIDS. With such meaningful generosity, we can make a healthier and more inclusive world. Furnish added in his own statement, with rising new HIV infections and the tragic and needless loss of lives in many parts of the world, the support of our work is more crucial than ever. Elton's viewing parties began back in 1992 and so far have raised close to $100 million for his foundation, which aims to destigmatize AIDS, fund treatments, and find a cure, of course. This year's celebration will be held Sunday, March 12th. There you go. Let me see here. Yeah, I didn't get my invite, Paul, for the. It must have gotten lost in the mail. I'm just gonna show up to the viewing party anyway. I'm sure my name's on the list. I'm sure it might be penciled in, but I'm sure it's there. All right, and throwing it way, way, way back. After decades of talking about it, Roger Daltrey has revealed that he has finished a script for a Keith Moon biopic. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you're too young. Go to school. You're late for school. Oh, of course, of The Who, Roger Daltrey and Keith Moon, the former and late drummer of The Who. Roger Daltrey went on to say, I just finished a script, and I'm hoping to do my biopic of Keith within the next couple of years. The Who singer told Vulture magazine, I'm very pleased with the script. I want people to get an understanding of him and his life and the complete genius he was. He had so much talent, that boy, but he became out of control for a lot of reasons, mostly for lack of discipline. But once the drugs kicked in, usually that disappears, doesn't it? He also teased that he's been eyeing an actor, but kept mum on who it could be. He said, I've got an actor in mind who's a role model. He might be too old, but then again, Keith looked 50 when he died. Wow, savage. He was 32, but he looked 54, he said. I think the actor is about 40 now. Daltrey went on, said, I don't want to jinx it and say his name, but there's an actor who I've seen, and when I look at him, I go, God, it's Moon. It's all to do with the eyes. The eyes are all important. You virtually wouldn't need to say any dialogue because you could read it in his eyes. And it's very focused on Keith Moon's eyeballs. Last year, it was reported that a biopic about the drummer who died of an accidental overdose back in 1978 was going to begin shooting in the summer, but no further information surfaced. At the time, guitarist Pete Townsend shared his true feelings about the film. In this statement, he said, when you talk about it as a Keith Moon biopic, it's going to be the first semi-fictionalized, dramatized Who story. It will be a Who biopic. Somebody is going to have to play Pete Townsend. I've read some very, very varied options about what my relationship was like with Keith. I view it one way, and other people view it another way. It certainly was. I certainly was never at war with Keith, but neither was I his puppy. Well, there you go. You sift through that. You might find some gold. Probably not, though. Be an interesting watch. Interesting watch. Paul said, I think the Booze Brothers got their invitation to Elton John's viewing party. And that's what's going on in the news, friends. Not a whole lot, but not too little. So there we go. We're going to take another musical interlude. And when we return, I've got some celebrity birthdays for you and some shameless plugs. I bet you can't guess what one of them is about this weekend. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Here is one from Patrick Coles and Summer Gill. This is High Above. We're back with Jams and Coffee in the Morning. That was Patrick Coles featuring Summer Gill on that track High Above. Patrick Coles, actually an upcoming guest on the Jams and Cocktails Live podcast coming up next month. Very excited to have him on there. Very cool dude. Great music. Great house music. And Summer Gill, a good friend of ours, and has been on our show several times. Wonderful singer-songwriter herself in her own right. And a cool chick. You can check out her episodes in our backlog wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can watch the shows on our YouTube channel. Speaking of, you should pop over to that if you're listening on Shore Life Radio or on JNC Radio. Pop over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jams and Cocktails Podcast, and hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell there for notifications whenever we go live and have shows just like this. All right, let's get into some birthdays. We got a few today, some good ones. Some young bucks in this list. Some not so young bucks, but some young bucks in this list. All right. As always, I'm going to give you the age of the person and a little bit about them, and you can guess if you'd like. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Turning 32 years old today. She starred as Addie Singer on the Nickelodeon series Unfabulous and Madison Montgomery on American Horror Story Coven. In 2007, she won the Show West Award for Female Star of Tomorrow and a Young Artist Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Aquamarine. She was cast as Chanel Oberlin in the Fox comedy horror series Scream Queens. Her parents are Eric Roberts and Kelly Cunningham, and she's the niece of actress Julia Roberts. She starred alongside Jennifer Aniston in the 2013 comedy feature We're the Millers. Who are we talking about turning 32 years old today? It is the lovely Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts turning 32, if you can believe that, folks. Happy birthday, Emma. Next up, turning 26 years old today, she vaulted to fame at a young age with her starring roles in Kick-Ass, Hugo, and Let Me In. She then went on to play Carrie in the 2013 remake of the film, Angie Stedman in the 2010's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and Mia Hall in 2014's If I Stay. She landed the role of Cassie Sullivan in the 2016 action film The Fifth Wave. Turning 26 years old today, it's Chloe Grace Moritz. Chloe Grace Moritz, 26. Young. Just a little baby. Even younger than her, turning 23 years old today. Best known for playing Zoe Johnson on the ABC series Blackish and its spin-off Grownish. 2009, she starred alongside Eddie Murphy in Imagine That. And in 2010, she played a role in the Angelina Jolie film Salt. She later starred in The Sun Is Also a Star in 2019. Turning 23 years old today, we're talking about Yara Shahidi. Yara Shahidi turning 23. Just a kid. God, I remember 23. It was a rough time, man. 23 was rough. I'm much happier. If I had to choose between being my age now and 23, I would be like, yeah, I'm good. I'd like to stay put here. But if I could go back to 23 with all that I know now, it might be a whole different story. But fortunately, time is perpetual and we cannot go backwards. So learn from your mistakes and make tomorrow better. There's a little tidbit for you. Write that down. Turning 42 years old today, one of the stars of Fox's Emmy Award-winning comedy Brooklyn Nine-Nine, in the role of Detective Rosa Diaz. She was also featured in the critically acclaimed independent film Short Term 12. She voiced Maribel Madrigal in the 2021 hit movie Encanto. Turning 42 years old, it's Stephanie Beatriz. Happy birthday, Steph. Turning 49 today, actress who's played prominent roles in the films Seabiscuit, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Magic Mike XXL, The Hunger Games, and Man on a Ledge. She also starred in Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 2, provided her voice for the Lego Movie. Turning 49 years old today, it's the wonderful Elizabeth Banks. She's also making her directorial debut with a wonderful, wholesome film called Cocaine Bear, coming out this month. Very excited. I'm very excited to watch that film. It looks crazy. And it's the last feature film that was completed starring Ray Liotta, of course, who passed away last year. Elizabeth Banks, 49. Happy birthday. Turning 86 years old today, American singer who topped the Billboard charts with singles like The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, Killing Me Softly with his song, Feel Like Making Love, Where Is the Love, and The Closer I Get to You, the latter two duets with Donny Hathaway. She influenced the subgenre of contemporary R&B called Quiet Storm and interpreted songs by songwriters such as Leonard Cohen and members of the Beatles even. 86 years old today. We're talking about Roberta Flack. Wonderful voice. Lovely lady. Happy birthday, Roberta. And rounding out our celebrity birthdays today, turning 56 years old today, she's an American actress who starred in such films as Jurassic Park, Blue Velvet, October Sky, and The Fault in Our Stars. She won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in the 2019 film Marriage Story. 2017, she began playing Renata Klein on the HBO series Big Little Lies. Turning 56 years old today, Laura Dern. Laura Dern celebrating her birthday today. There you have it. That's it for the birthdays. And we're back. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a bonus song. A bonus song this morning because you deserve it. You deserve it. And then I'll hit you with our shameless plugs. We'll get you on with your day. Here's one from Bob Green. This is Pirate's Life. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the morning. We'll be right back.
Hoist the colors into the wind, raise anchors and we can begin to sail to where the world it ends. Drive over the horizon and start again. Fly the cannons, feel the smoke in your breath. Send your enemies down to the depths where Davy Jones' treasures are kept. Locked down deep where we can't intercept them. It's life for me. Time to set sail, yes, men all aboard. Load up your pistols and sharpen your swords. We'll lose some battles, but we'll win the wars. Show no fear and earn your rewards. And it's a pirate's life. It's a pirate's life. It's a pirate's life. And don't be afraid if it all ended today. And they may write our names down in history. And don't be afraid if it all ended today. And they may write our names down in history. It's a pirate's life for me.
All right, and we're back. That was Bob Green with Pirate's Life. And, of course, a live look there at downtown Stewart. All right, let's get you some shameless plugs here. First and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. I certainly hope that you enjoyed the show and maybe learned something new. Or just had a good, fun listen at any rate. Whatever the case is, we certainly hope that you make your way over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel there, and hit the little bell for notifications. It's the best thing to do. If you don't have a YouTube, I get it. You can also follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. We certainly hope that you like, share, and follow us on the various social media networks. Shout out to our partner radio stations, and a big thank you. Thank you, Shore Life Radio, for simulcasting our shows. JNC Radio at our companion radio station, also simulcasting the shows. Great music on both of those stations. Shore Life Radio playing the best trop rock that you could think of and imagine all day long, and some other wonderful live shows there. Find out what's going on with Shore Life Radio at shoreliferadio.com. And JNC Radio, you can, as I mentioned, it's our companion radio station. Great indie rock playing all day long there. And, of course, the morning show and the Jams and Cocktails podcast on Wednesday nights. Shore Life Radio, also you can find them on the TuneIn app. And JNC Radio, you can find on the Live 365 radio app. And speaking of the Jams and Cocktails podcast, we do have a couple other shows partnered up in our JNC network of shows. Jams and Cocktails live on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out our past show with Bethany Lynn just this past week. And next week, we have our Mardi Gras celebration. So always a good time, live at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check out also a partner show, the Drums and Rums podcast. Paul is a wonderful host, bringing you great guests in the drum world and the rum world, and sometimes the combination, which is wonderful. Check out his new podcast dropping on Tuesdays. And his biggest happy hour and a half hour on Thursdays, typically at 8, but sometimes it varies depending on if he's doing a on-location broadcast or not. And sometimes it's not necessarily a half hour. He just mentioned in the chats there. Sometimes it goes on a bit longer. So check it out. You can go to drumsandrums.com and see what Paul's got going on. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors and partners at the Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, the Bug Juice, Bug Repellent, and Skincare Products, Chesser Custom Designs, and BradBrockDesign.com. If you need any audio, video, or photo work done, go to BradBrockDesign.com and send me a message. I'd be happy to take a look at your project. And LearnToLiveAboard.com, a wonderful blog about living aboard a sailboat. Brett and Kim, good friends of mine, have been on their boat for a long time. So if you've ever thought about doing it, check out their blog first, LearnToLiveAboard.com. A couple of events to put on your calendar, of course, and I can't stress this enough, Arts Fest this weekend. Arts Fest going on for Saturday and Sunday. That's tomorrow and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The JNC Destruction Crew are hosting the entertainment there all weekend long. Come and see some great music. My one-man band show will be playing, kicking off the whole event Saturday morning at 10:15. And then the music never stops on 2 stages all weekend long. Great stuff to see and do there at Arts Fest this weekend. Come and see us. Also going on Saturday afternoon, if you're up in the Fort Pierce area, my friends from the Kevin McLaughlin Band and Johnny Ringo from Code Rum are putting on a pirate party at the Tipsy Tiki in Fort Pierce, right down on the wharf. The all-day event will kick off at 3 and go on until around 11 o'clock at night. So if you're in the Fort Pierce area, go get your pirate on at the Tipsy Tiki on Saturday. And looking out into the future, in March, the 2023 Music on the Bay event's going on March 1st to the 5th in Tampa at Whiskey Joe's. They've assembled some of the best trop rock musicians on the planet to perform on 2 outdoor stages right on the water. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. on March 1st. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a great event. So check it out. Put all those things on your calendar and come out and be in the real world. I do have a show tonight down at Tequesta at a place called the Jersey Diner. Very cool little outdoor tiki bar type area and amazing diner food if you're into that. But it's a full liquor bar. Come out and hang out with me tonight in Tequesta, 6 p.m. as a kickoff for me. Be there till about 9 o'clock. You can find all of my one-man band show dates at bradbuck.com. And also implore you to go check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/JNC Podcast. And it's a $5 a month subscription. You get behind-the-scenes footage and exclusive content up there. We actually just put out a little clip from some after the show shenanigans from this week's show. So check it out if you can. We'd love for you to. If you can't, please share that with your friends and help us keep the lights on, if you will. And of course, everything that I just talked about is accessible through our official website, jncpodcast.com. It's a great site to visit. Get all the information about all the things that we do here in the Jams and Cocktails Podcast Network. And links to everything that I just talked about. So visit there, and thank you so much for listening. All right, you guys. We're going to call it a day. And get you back on with your Friday. I certainly hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Whatever you do out there, be safe, do it with a smile, and be kind to one another. So important these days. And we'll see you at Arts Fest this weekend, broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. And see you back here Monday at 8 a.m. Bye for now.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news, and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.